Welcome back to Live with Royalty. How is everyone doing today? When you come in, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Check me out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Check me out on Instagram at Live with Loyalty and Facebook, Channel Williams. I am also on TikTok. Um, just how y'all doing today? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how it's going with you today. Hope all is well with you guys. I hope your day is going great. Um, um hey Universal T, how you doing? You know what, Universal T, I would like more people to also get on this CJ So Cool and Royalty. If you don't know about him, it should be CJ So Cool, and he used to go with a girl named, her name is Royalty. Her real name is Charlene. And when when I say this is, it's a whole mess, and this family is getting bashed like crazy. If you can look into it and see if you see what I see, see if you see what I see, and why is the internet bashing them? I feel like they the victims. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have done pranks and stuff, on the internet. And the same thing that happened to Royalty and her family, a lot of times happen to a lot of these people, these YouTubers, the girls, the women that have these guys as YouTubers back. A lot of that had happened to, like Carmen. Now you got Jalea, you know, with Funny Mike. And I do know Funny Mike has been well established. He's been working on his craft before Jalea. But then when he got with Jalea, you know, when he got okay. Um when he got with Jalea, I mean it was great. Look, that's what I thought, but you never know what goes on behind the scenes. But everyone is understanding their point of view, but for some reason they will not understand Royalty and her family's point of view. All right, thank you. So today, what I am going to talk about, I just think if people will get, and they if they see what I see, they'll see that this guy is a narcissist. He continues to pick with his family. It was an allegation that came out from the daughter of Royalty, and it's just disgusting how people would bash a victim. You would so quickly pick a side when, if you've never been a victim of SA before, then how could you quickly pick a side and be like, oh, they play too much? They always playing prank. It's always for clout. But you see, they're not together anymore. And it's been going on 2 years. This man has been harassing this family. I'm surprised she did not sue yet. And matter of fact, I have to get on, here, and I have to speak on Royalty and what I feel like she should do, because but it's just my opinion. She don't have to do what I say, because Let's see. Yes, it's definitely some tea. Universal tea is some tea with him. Like, first of all, I did a video on it, and um he's thinking he's won the case against the allegations. He did not win. They just need more evidence. They do. He did not win, and that's a typical narcissist. They he feeds off his comments. Like how I read the comments, no, he comes back, and from the comments, he from the people that are bashing his family, he bashing the children, he's calling them dirty. He's always been doing that ever since they left. But when he was with her, Royalty is a good mom. From the beginning, I think this guy has set this family up from the beginning. I think he's very conniving. I think he is not a good leader as a guy. So I can't even really call him a man, but he is like a man child. And I feel like it just breaks my heart that a child that came out. Yet, look, it frustrates me so much, uni- Universal T, because it's like when you know about a situation like that, and everything that that child said about the allegations were true, and then to see, not I'm not saying it's all alleged, but you've heard that in your own life when it happens to someone else. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, dang, that sounds familiar. I don't think she's, lying, allegedly. So it's just, it's mind boggling when you get on the internet how many people can be against you just because this one guy that I feel like lies all the time, and I actually can read in between the lines. And because they feel like he is the one with all the money, and they feel like he's the one that with all the fame. I seen that whole family work from the time they came out together. Even Royalty said we did this together. Now, some things I can honestly say I have to hold Royalty accountable for. For one, you always, you always make sure you stack your money. But Royalty really cared about him. She really thought he played his game so raw that she really thought that she was gonna be with him forever. And she's like, family people go through stuff, not their relationship is easy, not so this is how she's looking. You know what I'm saying? Isn't this a lot of women that's talking against Royalty and her family that are this way? It's only so many that's gonna be like, I ain't taking this, and actually leaving at the drop of a dime. No, it's a lot of women that takes a lot, but instead, somehow she's different. Children argue, fight back and forth. Married couples, just couples, period. They go back and forth all the time. It's nothing new. So you're thinking, like, everybody's like, well, why did she stay if she was going through all that? She helped build it. She helped build it, which is what a lot of people don't understand, but they're ignoring that fact because you know why? He is so loud on the internet with his negativity and his narcissistic ways and his lies. And I just don't understand. The lady said that her kids just keep your name out my mouth. We We're not going to go back and forth. That's the last thing I heard her say. And her children and her have been on the internet just enjoying life while he continues to bash them. He continues to bash them. And I think people can look at Corey and Corman's situation, if people can look at the Jalea and Funny Mike situation, and there's numerous of couples on the internet that go through these things, and everyone feels so sincere for them. But then I'm looking back and I'm like, so you don't feel sincere for her, for royalty, but you feel sincere for these people, this woman over here, when royalty is just about going through the same thing as this woman. All these people play pranks. Every one of them play pranks. That's how they started off. They played pranks. So because of Jalea coming out and she's laughing in the moment of telling her story, so she because of that, she's not a victim though. But she's not a victim because she's laughing. You know, a lot of times you have to laugh to keep from crying. People are bashing them so bad. All they can do is say is go look at the documents. You'll see what I said. What I said, everything on the documents is true. The poor child can't even tell her story. She's a liar even before she told her story. And it's sad. And these people out there broke. In CJ's mind, they're broke because they don't flash their money, just because they don't have, it's just them and they don't have a lot of people around them saying yes, yes, yes. You know, they take accountability for what's going on. Because it's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking to see a woman at that go through this. And even when they say stop, we're done, we're not gonna be going back and forth, it's too much of their energy for one when they could be moving on. But he continues on using them for content. He continues on using them for content. He continues on screaming out that name. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand why royalty has not sued them yet, you know, for even saying that name, for even talking about them, putting, you know, that is, I would have been sued CJ so cool. I would have been said CJ so not cool. All the things he's saying, just listen. I'm just gonna play some clips of all the things he's saying. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
If y'all only knew all the text messages and calls that I used to put into royalty begging her, please, let's put our bull crap to the side and let's make millions. She always, no, we don't want your money. It ain't my money, baby. It's God's gift to you. But you don't want God's gift. That's your karma. I'm going to get it on my own while still using you and your kids. Since all you got to say is, if it wasn't for us, well, goddamn right. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be making this video right now. Which means technically, I wouldn't even be making no money. So you are right. It is because of you. And I'm going to keep getting money because of you.
This is a narcissist at its finest. She clearly said, no, I don't want any money from you. Because every time he does something, he wants to use his family. He wants to continue on using his family. If you listen to every word that he says, he's telling you exactly how he is. Because every time they came on their channel to defend themselves. And a lot of people, I do mean a lot of people, are bashing his family. And it's sad. It's sad. If you go back to when he put them out the house, and I think I got a clip about that too. When he put them out the house, this man picks up the camera. The only time he picks up the camera, because I know how to read in between lines. I know God gave me that sense of discernment to do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I see through it, but I just speak my opinion. But what I see is a guy that picks up the camera only when it's to put the blame on someone else, to show another person in a bad light. But when he has done what he had to do, that's the only time he pick up a camera to bash that family. And when he was putting them out, he would put the attention on how they act, not how he acts, but how they act. Okay, first of all, he would have never ever had a place to stay. Because my children, and I'm saying this sincerely, because those children are the reason he have all those millions or had all those millions. I'm not counting his pocket, but I know what he had when he was giving those children those gifts, box opening time, and giving royalty gifts. You're not giving them anything. First of all, they work for it. If you're gonna sit up there and act like that it's like a business plan, all of a sudden now it's a business plan. I said before, this man has been plotting on this family from the beginning. He's been plotting on this family from the beginning, from the time he met her. You gotta be mindful of who you bring around your kids, especially with somebody like CJ So Cool. He ain't get too cool until he got with Royalty, and those people, those children on his platform, seeing those kids. That's when they really start to rise. Now, like Royalty said, she's like, we both did that together, you know, but he's using your kids. Where's the money? He's still using y'all name to get clout. He can't move on from you guys because he know y'all was the money makers. The other baby mama, his daughter, and all the different girlfriends that he has coming on there that all of a sudden don't like Royalty too. You know, he could allegedly be paying off or whatever, but all of them go against this family. They do, and they use their name and make money off Royalty and her family, which is it's crazy to me. You're calling them poor and broke. Oh, that's gonna be a cold day in hell. It would be a cold day in hell if you use my family name and you think I he will have to go to court. I'm telling you, I will have to take him for everything. I'm telling you. Because you continue on using our name for clout to make your views go up. I'm talking about on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. He started mess everywhere, and everywhere I go in the comments, they're like, if Royalty's rent must need to be paid. I'm sitting up here like, and if it does, why would you bash a family that doesn't have much? Why would you bash the mother of your two twins, your two kids? You have kids by this woman, but you're on the internet bashing her, talking down on her and her kids, other kids, having the daughter of him and Royalty come on the internet, and she's nothing but 4 or 5. Their twins are nothing but 4 or 5. You have her come on the internet and bash your mom, as if this family is not getting bashed enough. No one said No one said that he was not guilty. No one said that. They said that they needed more evidence. And that's a big difference. And I know that for sure. That doesn't mean you're not guilty. So if it were, say it were to happen again to somebody else, it would justify, it's crazy how the system is, but it would justify what Jalea said about the SAN when she was 10 years old. And a lot of people don't understand when Jalea was 10 years old. Let her explain. Good afternoon, Lady Raw. I hope y'all can hear that. So that's basically, I probably have to get another one, but that's basically Jalea talking about. Let me see if you can hear this one. I don't even know if y'all can hardly hear that. It's kind of low to me. So what she is saying is, because I don't know if y'all heard it, both of them. What she's saying is that when she was 10 years old, someone called CPS, and when they called CPS, it was some allegations about them seeing something going on in the background, as far as like SAN, on camera, I guess. And so CPS came to their house, and they took the kids down to talk to them. And when they did that, they asked Jalea questions, all of the kids questions. And with Sam, Jalea said that she lied because she was scared she was being threatened. This is a lot of questions that a lot of people have for royalty, is that when you found that out just for the allegations even being said or going to CPS, why didn't you do anything about it? First of all, if you know this family from when they first started, and they separated now, but if you know this family from when they first started, then you know people were calling CPS on them, and you know a lot of people were not telling the truth on them about what was going on. So when Jalea was talking to the CPS worker, she's saying that she told a lie to them at that time because she was being threatened. She, was being bribed with gifts and things like that. And she was scared. Of course, she was 10 years old. So I would expect her to be scared. I don't care what age you are when somebody is doing things like that to you and threaten you or whatever, you're gonna be scared, especially when you can't even stick up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so what Julia is saying is she came out last year because she seen she heard that her sister, which is CJ and Royalties twins, one the girl twin, Cordelia, the CJ's oldest daughter by another woman, was doing the same thing to the young child. So she was scared for her sister, and she stepped up and she said something, just like the older sister is supposed to. She is at the age, she's away from CJ. She is able to do that now. She is able to speak up for herself now, because just like she said in the video, she's so happy that her mom left him, you know, because it was horrible. Behind the scenes, what nobody can see, she said it was horrible. Yes, even in relationships and with the kids, yes, women still do stay. And somehow people seem to get to royalty and don't believe that could happen. But when it came to Carmen and Corey, everybody sees her point of view. She's not getting bashed like royalty is. You know what I'm saying? So I just think there is it's not right. I love me some Corman and Corey, and I love me some royalty, but I feel like royalty gets the ass end of the stick because I can't say that, but I'm just gonna say that she gets the ass end of the stick of things. It's no matter how much she explains herself, how much she come on there and defend herself, whatever she do, whatever wrong move that she makes to them, it's not right. It's not right to them. They're gonna bash and bash, and not to mention he has a brother, and he hasn't been dealing with his family. He only uses his family to. Um, his mom is on the internet. She bashes them, and she barely knows them. She wasn't even in CJ life, but all of a sudden she's got an opinion about royalty and her children. She hasn't been around them. The only one that been around royalty and CJ and her kids were CJ's grandmother, and that is the only one that is on the internet that don't be on the internet bashing royalty, because royalty and CJ grandmama loved each other. They really did. And as we know, CJ was adopted by his grandmama. She had got custody of him. He stayed there with her. And allegedly, he's supposed to be got. What happened to Jalea, allegedly what happened to Jalea is supposed to happen to him when he was younger. So, but how can people see it's like it's so far fetched that it wouldn't happen? How do you doubt a child? I believe the child until the the person that's allegedly supposed to have been did it is innocent. You know what I'm saying? Proven innocent. At this point, only thing these people said was they needed more evidence. Everything that was done to this young girl was in her diary. And the report that was made is online. They have documentations of it. The CPS report in, I think it was 2019. That one, the first report when she was younger, at 10 years old, and then the one last year when she was 16. Right after the custody battle with CJ and Royalty, Jalea spoke out about it. That's when, and that was in at the end of March, and then Jalea told Royalty and her mom in April. Everything people have questions about, Royalty tries to explain to them. They don't put two and two together. They don't even put three and four together. All they do is go right back and say, I don't understand this. He took care of them. He made sure they had, and they made sure they had. They were working their ass off on that video. All he did was sit behind the camera and talk a whole bunch of nothing. That's all he did. Held up that camera every time And I remember a moment when Jalea, they allegedly supposed to be talking to an older guy. I sit up here and I'm gonna ask myself this question: was he that older guy that made that account? Just like he said, he made the account for royalty. He can take it away if he wanted to. Um, I'm just asking myself, did he make that account to set her up to get in trouble, to make it seem like she was the one, you know, in these days they call it being fast and stuff like that. And when it's really an older guy shouldn't be even trying to talk to a younger girl. He made it seem like it was her fault. Kind of like how he's doing now. He is deflecting by continuing on bashing his family, wanting everybody to be against his family and overlook what the allegations are. To act like that never happened. He literally just said in his video, I'm going to continue to use your family. Just like he's been doing. And nobody's hearing that. Nobody's hearing that. Nobody's hearing that. He's not doing that because of the allegations. This is who this guy is. This is who he is. Period, point blank. He's a narcissist. He's a manipulator. I don't think he ever cared about that family or royalty. I don't. I think he's seen dollar signs. He left from Indiana, Gary, to come down to Las Vegas, where royalty already resided. Moved in with her and her mom. Slept on the floor. These people helped this guy. Yes, I feel like that was something royalty should have been like, no, this is moving too fast. And he should have had his stayed in his own place, especially since she got children. Yes. But don't act like she's the first one to be that type of person. Because she's not the first person, to female or guy, to be that type of person. When he's seen those kids, and one thing I know about a person, I'm gonna tell you, but I know the people that help these predos, and they find that the mama is very sensitive and looking for something. Oh, this is why I got her. He may be, how to say it, way smarter than she thought he was. When royalty looked at him, knowing that all the things that he went through, if whatever he went through was real, because he lied so much, I don't know. But royalty had a heart towards him. She had a heart towards him. But he took advantage. He knew exactly what he was doing. This is just how I feel. It's just my opinion. I feel like from the beginning, he knew exactly what he was doing. And this man has continued to bash this family on the internet, on TikTok. It's terrible. Every time I go down my timeline on TikTok, I see this. Him bashing them. After they even said, okay, we're done. We don't want the back and forth. If he says they started something, then why, if they saying they done with it, why you just can't let it be? This guy just cannot stop using this family for money and views, clout, whatever, however people want to say it. So just listen to all this.
When will this beef end? It's been going on for years. Bless you. Laughing emoji. Big Steps. What's good, Big Steph? You literally think like me. You sound like me. You talk like me. You type like me. I'm with you on this one, man. Honestly, I don't want to beef with them. This is still fam at the end of the day. I know I'm trolling big. I know I'm winning. I know Kamari's winning. This is what we do. When you want to beef with us and it's on the internet, we're going to win. If you want to beef with us in person, we're going to beat you up. I don't want to condone fighting or violence, which I don't do. I told my daughter, I'm not flying you back out here to fight. We're not really doing that. We're just trolling on the internet. We're just, doing what we're supposed to do. We're just creating content. But I did give up the beef with them. Trust me, I moved on. I know a lot of y'all don't watch my YouTube, but if you go watch my YouTube, you will see my content is clean. It's effortless. I'm not in there doing no talking about them. They posted a video after I posted the picture of the statement from the DA in the state saying that I was innocent and everything was dropped. They came back at me with another video. Why? I don't know.
Gaslighting at its finest. And this man lied so bad. I need you to understand what I am seeing. This man lied so bad. You don't condone fight. Why if the children going back and forth, which even with Royalty's daughter Carnation, all she did was say, you said that you excuse me, you said that you did not coach, you don't coach Kamari or anybody to say anything. And all Carnation said was she put up a video of him coaching Kamari to do things. And that literally was coaching, because he said that Royalty coached her children to say that he hit her. And I just feel like the children did not want to be involved in the adult fight. He only picked up the camera to get the children's reaction, but he didn't pick up the camera when he was reacting to Royalty or whatever he did before then. He never does. He never does. He always picks up that camera when other people are reacting to make himself look good. So he says that him and his daughter, he don't condone the fight. Okay.
They thought they was finna eat. Y'all never gonna eat. I'm telling you right now. I've been chill, bro. I haven't made no content that was negative. All my content been so positive, so uplifting, so clean. You can literally watch my videos straight through. But guess what? My views was low. I will admit my views was low. But why are my views low? Y'all keep lying on my name. So here I am defending myself for the first time. My baby girl came out here and changed my whole outlook on life. She was like, Dad, why you keep letting them come for you? You know you innocent, right? I'm like, I know I'm innocent. That's why I'm chill. She like, forget being all chill. That ain't what you taught me. Right? Ain't we some Brady's?
Okay, Brady Valley.
So listen, man, Brady gang over Johnson gang. This ain't the Johnson family reunion. Get your dusty ass out of here. Williams, Johnson, whatever the freak they is. Listen, they the first family I ever met that didn't even know their own last name. How is your last name Williams, but you never met your dad?
Oh, where that daddy at?
Oh my God.
Where that
Like,
daddy at?
literally, what is y'all doing over there? Like, you don't even know how to name yourself. Like, bro, your mom name is Johnson. That's the only person ever been in your life. You told me I've never met my dad, but you got his last name. Fuck wrong with you. My last name came from my mom. Shout out to my mom, who I don't really talk to like that, but it still don't matter, because I could go in my mom's life. Your dad is never coming back.
Is that somebody that don't like to start drama, don't like to pick fights? You know what I'm saying? Okay, University. That was his child. That was his child with another baby mama. And Royalty and him, they have twins. And I think they're 4 or 5 years old. I think they just turned 5. And oh my God, it's terrible. It's terrible, Bree. It is terrible. He is terrible. Just a lot of people do say this, that I would not want him as a baby daddy. I'm gonna tell you, I will cut that shit so fast. He will be in court so fast. And all this evidence it will be in court with me because ain't that much content you need to keep talking about this family. Make your own content. See, he tried that and it didn't work. It didn't hit like it would hit having his family in his life. It didn't hit like that. You know, he looks like he saw too much in a drama. Yes, he is. He is definitely. Let me tell you, I have to get his content like this and clips because let me tell you, if you go to his YouTube page and watch his videos, he talks so much and it's full of lies. And you're like, dude, I can really see reading between the lines of what you're doing. First of all, people have to look at what she's saying. She's almost the one that's telling exactly what happened opposed to his lies. She is always sticking up for her and her family when she do come onto YouTube and stand up for herself, opposed to him starting it at all times. It's crazy. Yes. it's girl, it's nerve wracking to see another woman go through this. Even when Carmen went through this with Corey. What Jalea is going through with Funny Mike. I love me some Funny Mike. Yeah, that is not our situation. None of this stuff is our situation, but it's our job. We talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we do. They don't want to be talked about unless it's in a good light. But if you're not seeing a good light, I'm gonna say something about it. Yeah, ain't no relationship perfect. I do believe Funny Mike and Jalea could fix things and do. I believe they will be cordial and take care of their kids together. That's what I do know. But we can't look over that these women be having these guys back, these YouTuber guys, and the girls are YouTubers too. But somehow they always be the ones pushed in the background. Like, make that make sense. Like they ain't doing nothing. Like they ain't making your channel pop too. Cause the only thing I didn't like what Funny Mike said was, can't nobody say that she, you know, helped me right, but I don't want to say because I love Funny Mike. I don't want to misquote what he said, but some in the sense of, you know, she ain't really helped him, but she always used to be on there. You know what I'm saying? She always used to be there. Where she is the mother of your 3 kids. So give her some type of credit. She ain't gotta been able to help you, but she was down for you even in your ugly moments because it seemed like he was ugly, but he grew to look better. You know, as he got older, he looks a whole lot better now. But he was funny. He was still cool though. Um, yes, I can see him using them for content. People on here do it all the time. Talk ish and start fake beef, you know, all for content. It's weird. It's weird. But they ain't even saying nothing to him. And at the end of the day, like, do they know? It's just for content. Cause you're sitting up here, you're going. I'm talking about he going hard on them. I ain't gonna even lie, he's going hard on them. He is really mistreating his family from the time he called himself putting them out, which is you're putting us out, and it's our stuff too. You know, everybody's saying that they're mad because they don't have the stuff they used to have. Look, dealing with somebody like that, like CJ, I would want to go back low key too. I would. I would want to act like he doesn't even exist. I promise you. So, and they talking about them eating out of one plate. I mean, it's sad. It's sad what is being said about this family.
Very disturbing screenshots that proved that I was right the whole time. Jalea accidentally told someone the truth and they screenshotted her. So come on, bro. This is what they do. This is they lie. How you gonna say you got touched and then you go on TikTok and say you got a whole girlfriend and you a whole happy-go-lucky dancing and stuff every day? Where's the energy of someone that really would get touched? Like if someone got touched, I can only imagine they won't be on here dancing and stuff. They gonna be on here sad and telling their story. Every video should be about their story. That's how I think. Because if it was me, if I got touched and I was a kid and I had social media, that's what I would do. I would make that type of content to try to bring awareness to the situation. I wouldn't be like, guys, I'm da 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 da. Like, come on, bro, you're confusing as hell. But we already know why you're confusing, because you was capping. Your mama made you lie and you ain't had no choice. That's what the screenshot said.
First of all, where you get that from? That where you get that from? That is not Jalea's page. I'm gonna say allegedly, but this stuff where the victim comes out, this has to stop. It has to stop. It's sad. I'm calling Jalea a victim because she told her story. And it's not just her story now. It was her story when she was, 10 years old too. When someone else, not her, made that report and seen what they seen or knew about what they knew about. You know what I'm saying? So to continue on bashing someone that tells their story and that's a victim and say that they're lying because I feel like he thinks he's got away with it. So this is why he is talking more and more. First, it was crime when the allegations was out and they didn't drop the case because of they needed more evidence, That doesn't mean that you're not guilty, okay? That just means in the court of law that they need more evidence. And that happened when she was 10 years old. And she came out and actually told the truth when she was 16, 17. I think her birthday is in June. And now you think you had a right to come here on the internet and just be like, oh, well, she did this. Why did she? He feeds to his audience. Read the comments to make it more believable. A lot of this stuff they're giving to him. They're in his comments. A lot of this stuff they're giving to him for him to say. When they are sitting up there bashing that family, guess what? He gonna come back on his live. He gonna come back on TikTok. He gonna come back to his page on YouTube, Instagram, and say some of that stuff that's in his comments. Whatever to bash this family. Now, you gotta, put yourself in that family's shoes. If you don't think what they have to go through is harsh, people are saying he has every right to bash them because of what they said of the allegation. Baby, he been bashing them before this. This has been going on 2 years straight. Every time royalty leaves, and when he put them out this last time, he continued doing that. He continued doing that. This is one of the signs of abuse that this family had to deal with. You could tell when they were in the house with him. He kept those people against each other. He kept them against each other, even the whole family, except for the mother. The grandmother is going to stand by royalty side. Her mother is going to stand by her family side regardless. And everybody's talking about Carnation. She gonna stick up for her mama, and that's a real true Scorpio right there. If you're a real true Scorpio, not one of those little fake ones that you know, nah, you ain't showing Scorpio behavior. No, that little girl, you could call it grown if you want to, but if that's my mama and a person is treating her like that and she's not standing up for herself, and when she stands up for herself, I'm gonna stand up with my mama. I'm gonna stand up with my mama. Period. Okay, you cool. Thank you for being on here. Everyone that's on here. And he yeah, I'm gonna stand up for my mama. Like, are you crazy? And it's a lot of people that they don't get that though, Marie. They don't get why royalty. Carnation is standing up. Just like Kamar has not said much, Carnation has not said much. Jalea is the oldest child. Of course, she has seen it all. She has seen it all. Yeah, royalty has her flaws and where she has to take accountability. But one thing about it, a lot of things that happen in your household, a lot of people don't end up knowing. And it's not to justify what, anything, but stop acting like even if you're head of your household, a single mom, a married mom, and a single dad or a married dad, um, stop acting like you know everything like that is going on with your children, because you don't. They will surprise you every time. I've been surprised since my children got grown. They'll come tell a story, and I'm just like, when did that happen? You know, uh, I've been surprised about things that my children have told, because you try so hard to protect them that you are looking over something. You're always gonna look over something. We're not perfect. We're not perfect, and I think that this internet, a lot of people want you to be perfect, and also at the same time they want to find your flaws so they can say something, and they're pinpointing the same thing where they have a problem at. I just see through the bullshit. That's what I see through. I see through the bullshit. I see a person that's going to continue to gaslight the internet, that's going to continue to do things for clout, be manipulative, be a narcissist. He's going to continue on doing that. That's who he really truly is on and off camera. This is why this family said, y'all don't know what we had to deal with. And the more and more they try to speak on it, the more and more they get bashed. Those are fans that CJ has. They are not real true supporters. Because for one thing, I'm gonna tell Royalty about, she may not want to hear it, but it's just my opinion. It's things she could take accountability, and I think Royalty has, because we have heard her talk before. She has come on and explained her stuff before, but nobody really truly listens. That the fans that he has, they really don't listen. Yes. And man, every day he came out with something after they broke up. He didn't blame the family for the break-in. They weren't even there. He was trying to allegedly get Royalty to come over there that night. So my thing is, he called Royalty to the hospital while he has another girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? These are the games he play. These are the mind games he play. How could this, to his fans, this is like a movie to them. It's no longer kids. These kids done grew up. It's full grown adults in his comments believing him over a child, believing him on the over a family that had to go through it with him. Crazy. Crazy word. Crazy word. I can't. Then he continues on. Back to the family. Then you got his brother coming on in this clip to go further along and bash. Now I'm looking at him sideways because now you're sitting on here. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. We're gonna drain and talk about this family till we drain them dry. We're gonna continue on talking about this family. And I'm gonna get off here in a little bit. But I just had to come on here. So just listen to him. The brother that he don't care about his family. He put this man out. And they weren't even talking to each other. What brought everybody together is the hate for Royalty and her family. The hate. This is hate. This is no talking about dislike. Oh, he really disliked her. No. This is real true hate toward this woman and her family.
They really did bite the hand that fed them. How you go from everybody eating their own meal, getting their own plate, their own drinks, to now it's only one plate, one meal, and 6 forks?
See, this is what I'm saying. They're going off of other people's videos. They're going off of other people's comments, and whatever they say. They're just like, you know, he, with his dumb ass, he don't even know the truth. He just talking. All that air in between his fucking teeth. He just talking. Like literally. He has nothing to do with it. By the way. Just like a lot of people. They have nothing to do with it. Okay. And that sounds good, but just some chips on the side. But I don't get why he's opening his mouth and saying anything. I don't get it. For the life of me. They said nothing about brother. They said nothing about mother. You know, and how the Carnation and Kamari, which is CJ's other daughter, get into it. I felt sorry for her at first, no lie. But they're saying she held back. She didn't hold back. She didn't hold back these years from what she had to say because y'all was saying everything for her. Y'all was bashing his family enough for her. But the thing is, she really wanted to still be around Royalty and her children. There's numerous of videos where she wanted to link up with Carnation. So for him to pin them against each other, it should never have been about those kids. He should have never brought those kids into it. I don't care if anything, whatever was going on, he should have never brought that to the forefront of the internet. Because what Carnation did, which is Royalty's daughter, she just was trying to prove a point that he do be coaching people. He do. That's what she was trying to, make a point about. But the daughter, she had to intervene. I guess she had a role. She had to play. You know what I'm saying? In order to go against Carnation, he thinks everything is a game. He thinks everything is a joke until somebody come knocking at his door ready to handcuff him and take him off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, because I know I gotta let me see. This right here, you guys, with this family. Also, I think we need to look. This is a whole family, you know, that shouldn't even be treated like this. They shouldn't be continuing on treated like this. Um, and what do you talk about? They're all just getting in, joining in, and to talk about their families to make money off them. This is what we're gonna do here. Whatever is said on these videos about them, we're gonna take that. We're gonna run with it. We're gonna make money off them. I'm gonna show them. You know, don't put my name out there in a bad light, but you could put their name out there in a bad light the whole time. All y'all can use them. All I care. CJ so cool. Sign CJ so cool. You can have a chance. You can have a chance. You can have a chance. Let's just everybody just bash them. This has been happening for 2 years straight. She already had to deal with the baby mama and all the games between that and the baby mama, with royalty thinking, okay, that's my man. Why do I have to argue back and forth with the baby mama? Because he's starting this shit. He's the one pillow talking. He's the one starting the shit. Just like he's starting the shit with the kids. You can't just sit up here and tell me, CJ, that it's just content for you. No, this is something you want to do. This is something you want to bash this family. You want to dog this family out on so many freaking levels. Okay? I don't, like I say, and I'm going to say allegedly, but it's just my opinion. I think you've been doing that from the beginning. I think you've been doing it from the beginning. I think you're a real true scammer. Allegedly. Yes, Apple 20. Because I don't get why he's opened up his mouth. What he's saying, what the brother is saying, is so unnecessary. What do you have against her? I'm telling you guys, royalty has to be one damn good person. Her family has to be one damn good family for this many people to be against them. Because you know they always do it to the person that it has a good heart, right? A lot of people on this internet get done like that. Get bashed like that. And some deserve it. But I can honestly say, I don't see royalty and her family deserving this. This has been going on too long. You know, like I said, I can't even watch his videos. I can't watch his videos because it's too much. It gives me a headache. I always say that because I feel the lies. The energy from him is lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm one person. You know, it's more people that's believing him in his narcissistic ways and manipulative ways than this one person right here. But I'm gonna give them that, because I pray nothing like that happens in their life, because they may not handle it the way royalty has to handle it. I know she had to cry and go in many corners, many days. Pull out the, you know what, and want to do something to him many days. But she had to think straight for her kids. Do you not think that woman already feels guilty about what has been going on? What happened with her child? She's trying to stand up and she feeling guilty at the same time. And when she say she want to get past it, he still does stuff like this. This is how the internet thinking now.
Oh, y'all keep on saying if I was Leon, I would have went back. Y'all not right. If I was Leon, I'd stay with my mama and be with her through whatever. I don't give a fuck if she right or wrong. I don't give a fuck. I'm staying with my mama and I'm gonna help her. I'm here cooking some eggs, y'all. All I see is CJ so cool talking about bringing Leon back to his Then I just recently seen somebody comment on his Snapchat. That's where he be the most. And they was like, you know your name's still on their birth certificates? And he was like, oh, they is? I forgot about that. I ain't they daddy, but I'm they daddy. So he said if Carnation and Jalea publicly apologized, they could come too. But he been said, y'all know he been said Leon could come. That's his dog, Leon. Leon that turned emo, whatever it's called. Then he told me only royalty gonna be homeless after I let them move in with me. Y'all, he's sick. I would hate to have him as a baby daddy. Like, shut up. Everything's been done and over with now. Just shut up now. He literally bringing everything to the light that's going on with them. Them eating off of one plate. Royalty acting like she got money, but she don't. I know this, y'all. I definitely know this stuff. So disregard that other video, y'all. This is the one that y'all need to come to.
See, what I'm saying is everybody got this concept. Yeah, I'm going to stand up for my mom and I want to stay there with my mom. But the part where they're always talking about how homeless and they ain't got no home, he living in a 2-bedroom apartment with his grandmama, and that's not the case. This man try to get a step ahead of people because he don't know what's going on with them for real. He don't know what's going on with them for real. How about that family wanted to be free of your evil and demonic ways? And that's what you did it. You put them out. What more do you need? What more do you want from them? You did what you said you were going to do. Why you just didn't leave it at that? Look, this is what I'm passionate about, because what if it was you that someone does like this and you know you gave it your all? Let me show you the video of him finally picking up the camera and showing them and not showing his ways behind the camera before he picked it up.
Yeah. Keep recording me. I love it. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? You ugly. You ugly. You ugly. You ugly. Record me that shit. Hit them. Hit them. Wait, what you say? You said who? You the only one hitting in here. You the only one hitting in here, so what you mean? You the only one hitting?
You sure about that?
What you mean?
You the fighter?
Who's
You
swinging?
and I just had
Who's swinging?
all
Who's
choked
swinging?
up, right?
Oh, shit.
Right?
Where's the video? Where's the video?
Right?
Where's the marks?
Right?
Hold on, if I had you choked up,
Right?
why you still in here?
Did you tell me to
Why
get
you
my
not
thing?
Why you not hitting me? Why you not
told
hitting
me
me?
to get my thing.
Why you not hitting me? Why you smiling?
Didn't I just cut the phone at your house?
Shit. Ain't nobody falling for that, man. Oh, you just be up. Feel like between hey, get the freak out of here, bro. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. I'm begging you to get out.
But you can go over there.
This is my house.
Don't you see me trying to gather my
No,
shit?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't see you doing any of that.
What am I doing, right?
Gather your things, please. You're talking. You're talking. You're talking. You're just talking too much. You're talking too much.
I ain't no telling how many times this man had told their family to get out with their money in his bank account. All those box opening times, that's their money. That's their money. Because look what he doing now. All he is behind the scene. He had the comfort behind that scene with them kids gone. He had the comfort behind that camera with them kids gone. Because can't none of the people he got surrounded with him do it like that family. And this is why he keep their name in his mouth. He keep clout chasing and making content off of them. You can say whatever you want, but if you're not looking at both sides and reading in between the lines, some people, that what they do is like, I could just go by what's on camera. Well, what's on this camera is a lot of times goes on in a lot of households. A lot of people speak on toxic, but everybody is toxic. You remember Adam and Eve? It was liable to happen, okay? So stop acting like every household is supposed to be perfect when you're looking at somebody else's life, because it's not. And I'm not finna sit up here and act like mine is perfect. I'm not finna act like Royalty and her family is perfect. CJ definitely is not perfect. And I'm just being honest. And not a time that Royalty said that she was perfect. It was not a time she said that she was perfect. This guy gets on here and tell lies all the time. And I feel sorry because there's a lot of people in the comments of CJ So Cool videos and on TikTok, they just go with the flow of everything. It's a joke to them what a family has to go through. It's a joke. And let's just say, I have my opinion about Julia's allegations because I know when I know, I know. But let's just say that allegedly Julia end up being true, what she's saying, right? And these people have bashed and bashed and bashed his family. I'll be like, ain't no coming back for what the internet has done. If anything, why can't you look at it like this? If those people decided to get away from him, he must not be a good person. With all the jewelry, with all the clothes, with all the shoes that he's done for them. You think that makes a real father? Because he does that? He provides them with clothes and shoes with the money that they work for? Oh, that makes him a real man. Yeah, that makes... I feel sorry for your children if you think that's all a dad is supposed to do is provide things that you just can see and not you show them love in all different type of ways, in a gentle way, without the camera. Without the camera. I feel sorry for the women, and a lot of them that just sit up there and say, well, he got me, my dad gets me the newer shoes. He makes sure that you ain't making sure your daughter can read and write and make good grades, but you can make sure she can have a party. You even when she making straight E's. Have a party. I'm gonna give her a party anyway. Can't none of that stuff be behind closed doors with CJ So Cool. Because you know why? Everything is for clout. And I don't know why the people around him ain't realizing that. You're going to always be on camera. Always. Because you're there for clout. Then you need to question yourself. Do he really care about you at the same time? And that's including the children. His children. Sometimes I be scared for the twins' safety. Because if you hate the mother of your children that bad, what would you do? You would do anything. You would do anything. Okay. All right. I got to remember that. Hold on. Let me. Give me a minute. Hold up. Give me a minute. Cause I gotta remember it when I do change it. Camera. Lord, I'm doing too much. Cause you know it be frustrating me. I be trying to find them tired girl, and cause it be so frustrating. I mean, I have a passion for things, and when I see BS, I gotta call out on it. It's just it's too much, and that's a better title than I have. Better title, yeah. Thank you. But yeah,
Leon over there crying. Leon, if I was you, bro, I swear on my mama, I'll make all kind of videos and somehow send them to me. If I was you, I would expose my whole family, bro. Forget them. They don't got your back. If Royalty had Leon back, why the heck was she doing like that? Lost my man's Hellcat, got him walking looking crazy now. This dude skateboard more than he ever did in his life. Why is he doing that? Because he ain't got no life now. He don't got internet, they don't got Wi-Fi, they ain't got no life, they not posting nothing, he not getting nothing. Gave my man $12 for his 13th birthday. What the freak is wrong with you? Actually, Leon like, 16, 17, you gave my boy $17? What the freak is going on? The whole world know that boy deserve more than that. He done been through all this stuff, all this pressure, all these lies, family games, on the internet, roasting him. Can't even get a break. Cause why? You so broke, and you know who I'm talking to. Royalty, I know you watching this video, and I know you hate me. And guess what? I hate you too.
this family don't say nothing bad. So Leon, if you know, you know, that is Royalty's son. He is Royalty's oldest son. And for some reason, he has this obsession with Leon. And it's scary. It's very, very scary and creepy. That he would have an obsession with him like that. That's creepy, man. And he's saying that he want to get custody because Royalty said something about, and I heard her say this one time when she was speaking on her first baby daddy, and putting CJ So Cool on their birth certificate because the other daddy, he was not in their life. He did nothing for those kids. He used to, you know, she used to work and not him. It seemed like a pattern with Royalty that she would sit up, that she'll work and she'll put the work in and she'll be loyal to them, but they are not that to her. It just seemed like a pattern. And in that relationship before CJ So Cool, I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like people shouldn't say what they have been through in the relationship before, because like people like CJ So Cool will use that against you. He will dog you out just as worse as, and he did, your baby daddy before. He CJ would do like he did, bye, and so that, you know, because think about it, this is what Royalty's first baby daddy was not doing with his kids. So he came along and he did it with the kids because I'm assuming Royalty has told him about the relationship before. This is why you don't speak on the relationship, you know, before you know, and what happened. And if it's like abuse, you have to understand, you got to get help and know what you're dealing with before you know, go on. You take some time away from a relationship when it comes to abuse, you know, because you got to know. And it's no way of knowing until it happens, because they save face so well. They make you think they this good person, and it's different ways of abuse. One of the ways is, you know, hitting, and what CJ does, bash and talk about this family every day, every time he gets a chance. He abused them by constantly putting up a camera of every time there's a situation. They had got adapted to that. Like, why do you always have to pick up a camera? Now, one time, this lady came up there and said, I hate him. I haven't heard it. But damn sure the look would be on my face. I can tell you that much. It would definitely be on my face. But not damn time. He continues to bash them.
Everybody gotta eat. And that's just something that everybody knows. Me, I personally eat all my food on the plate. But as of now, after realizing that I left Royalty and all of her kids are starving, I gotta start saving some of my food for them. So every day that I eat, I'm gonna make sure I leave at least this much on the plate so that they can share my food. You know what? I was gonna finish my food, but I forgot. I just said I was gonna start leaving some for the family. I know y'all didn't probably see the video or not. If you did, you saw it. They was at the park eating out of a tray just like this, all sharing. So hopefully I can cut this in enough pieces so that Leon, Nation, Jalea, and Royalty, and you can't forget Tanya, their grandma's hungry too. We gotta make sure they all eat. My kids are good. I send money for my kids, even though I'm not supposed to. So we have a piece for Royalty, a piece for Jalea, a piece for Nation, a piece for Grandma, and my boy Leon, you get the biggest piece because actually boys need food. We need protein to grow, and Leon needs to grow. He's looking little, and that's not right. So make sure Leon gets this big piece, all right?
This guy looks sick. He looks sick. He really looks like he got some heavy mental issues. Because if the mother of your kids are over there and she and her children are living like that, why would you do that? Why would you do that to anybody? Basically, you have to look at how a person thinks to know how their heart is, how they speak to know how their heart is. And if you look at this and say, CJ got a good heart, he's just doing this because they did this. No. CJ's been doing this. He's been bashing his family because of their clothes and like you see how they eat, where they live. And a lot of times he don't even be knowing these things. He don't be knowing what's going on. He's really assuming. And if you send for money for your children, they're your children. Nobody should have to tell you to do that. Nobody should have to tell you to do that. That's what you do. You give the mother of your children money. If you're trusting the one that's in Indiana to give her money for your child that's there, Kamari, then you definitely should trust Royalty, giving it to Royalty. Y'all been to court too. You and the other baby mama too. So how you gonna bash one baby mama and don't bash the other? Like you used to bash her. But that was you bashing her because Rod didn't know that girl. You talked about that girl. And that's why I feel like it's all a setup on Royalty and her family, because I feel like for the other baby mama to not understand that he's starting it and not to come after her because he's telling Royalty two different things. Why not? Why not think like a woman? Because she's not a woman. I feel like Royalty shouldn't even listen until she calls. She probably did. I feel like she caused a lot of havoc in their relationship. But also, it started with CJ. But it would never be said that way because, when people are playing a game with someone else, they keep that shit tight-lipped. They have like a code. They have a bun, first of all, on the hate of Royalty and her family. This is how they connected. It's crazy. But it is what it is. Excuse me.
So, thanks to you guys, my girl don't want to be with me no more. She woke up talking about, do I want to be in an open relationship? And guess what? Talking about the comments. All she keeps saying is y'all telling her in the comments, I'm not going to last. I'm not gonna be with her too much longer. Y'all say anything, bro. Honest to God, I'm so sick of y'all just always saying stuff. Y'all didn't ran my girlfriend out of my life. Now she think I want to be in an open relationship. I don't want to be in no freaking open relationship, bro.
Why are you saying stuff like that?
I'm just saying the truth. Ain't this what you said? Didn't you just ask me this?
No.
So don't you just say they be in your comments on my girl, he gonna dump you, he move on fast. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Ain't you tired of them saying that?
Yes.
Ain't it making you feel some type of way?
No. Yes.
Tell the truth, dude. Is it or not?
Yes.
I'm tired of her crying on my shoulder. Y'all get on my nerves. Make up something else, bro. Y'all always just hating on me, bro. I ain't even do nothing. First, it's the allegations. No. First, it's Kamari touched Daya. Oh, no. CJ touched Jalea. Oh, no. He's gonna leave you because he's always leaving his girls. Which one is it?
The biggest manipulator I've ever seen. The biggest narcissist I've ever seen. And when you're a narcissist like CJ So Cool, it's so hard to fall back from being that type of person. Matter of fact, it runs in his family. It runs in his family. You see how everybody else, they'll try to get clout off royalty in her family too. They believe whatever is negative that is said about royalty in her family. She don't even have to say anything anymore because it's just not gonna work. To sit up there and stand up for herself, they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna listen. You have so many, I'm talking about people calling her words that, how did those words come into play with the situation? How does she get called all these names when she's simply trying to stick up for her family? As you know, when her brother was there, he was sticking up for her too, but she don't have no man to stick up for her. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that she thought that loved her was CJ So Cool, and he don't give two craps. He's bashing his family, his own family. He bashes his mom, he bashes his brothers, and he bashed Royalty and her kids. The people that made him so many millions. All this family asked for was you to just leave them alone. And you can't stop. You can't stop. You just cannot stop. So, yeah, I gotta go get the kids. So, um, I just think this is disgusting. I think the family should not have to go through this. And for those that are bashing them, one day karma is coming to you. You mind Be mindful of what you say, CJ. Be mindful of what you say to the people that's in his comments and bashing his family. Be mindful. Karma is real. It don't just have to happen through the things you do just and go through it just in your life. When you're sitting up there talking about people's life and they're innocent, the innocent people like Royalty and her family, of course they're gonna stand up for themselves. You know, y'all don't want nobody to say nothing against CJ So Cool when he's not so cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? He never was. In my eyes, he never was. So I don't get it. But at the end of the day has to end. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting me, leaving comments. Please comment and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Like it as you watch this video. And once again, thank you. I am out. Peace.